I played 2,500 matches, 2.1% win rate, 1.5 KD, and 53 wins. I don't think I'm horrible, but I'm always looking to improve. I like that mindset. Definitely the way to think about the game if you want to get better. Understand that building is everything. Like, literally everything in this game. You could have the most horrendous aim. I don't have the best aim with my shotgun, but because I can build, even if I miss, I won't take punishment for it. But in, like, Call of Duty or, like, some other shooter game where you can't build, if you miss, you're gonna die. In this game, if you miss, you might not die if you have high ground. You know what I mean? So high ground is essential. You might know that thing. So if you see someone, get in the habit of building and then shooting all the time. Okay? Take a little bit of height over them and then shoot them. And this is the thing, too. A lot of people do this, and I did this for the longest time. I did this for months on end, this mistake right here, okay? And like this, even if I was a good builder and I made this mistake so many times that it meant nothing that I could build well, you know what I mean? So here's a mistake. If you're able to build and get high ground over the majority of people, that's good. You have the skill set to take high ground. Step 2 is not dropping down to low ground to shoot at them. Like, why did you take the high ground in the first place, right? It wasn't just to so you can drop down and go like 50-50 in a pump shotgun, you know? If you watch Hamlin's or any other pro player like that plays methodically, when they get high ground, they stay there until they can take a shot. If the guy's below him 2, 3, like 4 levels, they stay there. If the guy's below him like 10 levels, they drop down until like he's below him like 3 levels again, you know what I mean? You probably noticed that they always maintain that 3-level height gap. I used to, bro, like a couple months ago, I used to drop down so many times and then just take a coin flip shotgun fight. Like, why? Why did I build so well and take high ground just to drop down and do a 50-50 fight? Instead of making a 50-50 fight, make it a 99-1 fight, you know what I mean? With your high ground. Use your high ground. So some people get super impatient. They think like they're breaking it down or something. Dude, if you suspect that they're breaking down your build, go down to the 3rd level of your build and just wait. They'll break it down, you will fall, and you will take 0 fall damage. And then just build again. Okay, they're not going to keep breaking it down. Eventually, they're going to try to build up to you because they find that it's not working. If they drop down super, super far after a build fight, follow them, but don't drop down to the point where you're on the same level. Drop down to the point where you're like 1 or 2, 3 levels above. You're in the perfect spot to take really good shots. Get headshot multiplier. If you have high ground, you're going to most likely hit their head because that's the only thing you'll see in their like silhouette. Whereas he's shooting your feet, right? He's not going to get a damage multiplier. And having high ground gives you better cover and just better timing. You get to pick when you want to take those shots, right? If he's looking up at you when you have high ground and he has low ground, if he's looking up at you with a pump, just legit like looking like this, don't peek. Wait until he gives up that aim and looks like to the right or left and starts moving. Then you peek, then you take a shot, then you just hide. Then you just hide on your ramp, just move back. And you can see him like from 3rd person. Wait until he looks away and then take your shots. It's that simple. Like, one issue is the reason you're losing. The advantage of high ground is headshot multiplier, and you get to pick when you want to peek. Also, if he's super low, gravity is works in a way where you can drop down to his level like this, whereas he can't just come up to you in 3 seconds if he gets you low. So you have the option, if you get him low, to just instantly drop down on him. Whereas he has to like slowly build up and get to you while you're drinking your minis, and by that time you're already at your ideal HP again. It just boils down to understanding why you lost every single fight that you take. Also, why you won some fights is super important too, you know what I mean? A lot of beginners just think about just high ground, I must get it, but then they don't know how to use it, right? So understanding that is more important than understanding how to get high ground, you know what I mean? Because if you understand why high ground is important, then you'll be able to play low ground as well against people who can build better than you, and like you'll still win those fights. There's builders out there that are way faster than Myth, but since Myth is a super smart player and knows what to do in all these situations, he'll win 95% of these fights, regardless of how fast other people are building. You know what I mean? Myth is not the fastest builder. There's people who build way, way faster than him, like Zykoma, like 100 Thieves Cannon. But since Myth has the IQ, the game sense, and like he knows what to do in all these situations, he will win 1v1s against them, and he has. But sometimes you lose high ground and still win the 1v1.
GG Cynical.
I just went off on like a tangent there, but like I think it's just important, man.